The book Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis has become one of the most respected and revered books of the 20th century. When Lewis delivered this content through broadcast talks on the BBC over 70 years ago, he probably never imagined the lasting impact it would have on so many people, both Christians and non-Christians alike. In this 8-session study entitled Discussing Mere Christianity, we'll unpack the words that Lewis wrote and begin to understand why Mere Christianity has helped so many people over the last century understand the Christian faith in new and powerful ways. As prosperous and vibrant as London, England is today, it's hard to imagine that just 70 years ago its very existence hung in the balance. As the German war machine pounded London day and night, the British people's resolve was stretched to a breaking point. The country needed a message of hope and stability found in timeless truths to calm the tumultuous waves of uncertainty. That message was found in the most unassuming of places. A short walk down a dirt pathway just north of Oxford, England, home to Oxford University, will lead you to a home known as the Kilns, aptly named for its proximity to a stone quarry. This unassuming cottage-like home belonged to the college professor and mostly unknown writer C.S. Lewis. In February 1941, long before Narnia, before Screwtape or Mere Christianity, long before C.S. Lewis's fame had spread much beyond England, he received a letter in the mail which began like this.
Dear Mr. Lewis, I address you by name because, although we have never met, you cannot be a stranger after allowing me and many others to know some of your thoughts and convictions in your book, The Problem of Pain.
The letter was from James Welch, the director of religious broadcasting for the BBC. And though no one realized it at the time, the letter would mark a major turning point in Lewis's life.
I write to ask whether you would be willing to help us in our work of religious broadcasting. The microphone is a limiting and rather irritating instrument, but the quality of thinking and depth of conviction which I find in your book ought sure to be shared with a great many other people. And for any talk, we can be sure of a fairly intelligent audience of more than 1 million.
Welch then suggested 2 possible topics. The first was for Lewis to speak about the Christian or lack of Christian assumptions underlying modern literature. The other topic Welch proposed was a series of talks on something like the Christian faith as I see it by a layman. On February 10th, Lewis wrote back thanking Mr. Welch for his kind remarks. Noting that the first topic about modern literature did not suit him, Lewis agreed to try his hand at the second.
I think what I mainly want to talk about is the law of nature, or objective right and wrong. It seems to me that the New Testament, by preaching about repentance and forgiveness, always assumes an audience who believes in this law and knows that they have disobeyed it. In modern England, we cannot at present assume this. The first step is to create or recover a sense of guilt. Hence, if I give a series of talks, I should mention Christianity only at the end.